Hey guys, what's up? Righteous Gains here. Coming at you with another weekly update. So this one's kind of a 2-week weekly update. I haven't done a weekly update for 2 weeks. But that being said, let's get into it. So it is now March, okay? I am in the first week of March. We are in the first week of March. At the time of filming this video, it's the first week of March. So I finished my 2-month main gaining cycle, mesocycle, whatever you want to call it. And yeah, I've brought that to an end, and now I'm starting to do a bit of a cut again. The end of the main gain, I gained a little bit, not much, of weight, which is, I didn't really want to gain weight. I mostly wanted to kind of like gain muscle and recomp. So if any weight gain was going to happen, I wanted it to be minimal, and it was, luckily. So at the end, I got to 207 pounds. I started at 200. I want to stay between 200 and 205 because I figured that was a natural like weight fluctuation, which I could say, that could just be water, because weight can go up and down 5 pounds. So as long as they don't go 200 over 205, I wasn't going to worry about it. Then I hit 207. And I was like, yep, this is a good time to stop, because anything after this point, probably some before that, cannot all be contributed to muscle gain, or a higher percentage of it could be contributed to fat gain than I would have liked, right? But still, I did pretty good, stayed pretty close within the bounds of what I wanted to do. And again, I only hit 207 right at the end of the main gaining phase. So that's all done. So I have another plan. It's another 2-month plan. So this is going to be March and April. March and April are going to be a cut, okay? I'm going to make it I'm trying to improve how I do things. We should always be trying to improve how we do things. But whenever I do a cut, I always have tendencies and problems where I go too hard, too fast, and it causes me to fatigue really quickly, you know what I mean? And I think that's the way a lot of people do things, right? Sometimes you go into it way too hard, way too fast, and sometimes it'd be more beneficial to go into it slower, you know what I mean? So that it can be more sustainable. And then also when it comes to dieting, if you're trying to maintain muscle and just make it fat loss, then it's kind of better to not go that hard and fast, because it's the slow fat loss that actually helps you retain your muscle better versus the super fast drop in weight. It tends to grab a bit more muscle than most people would like. Everyone would like it as little as possible, so that's my point. So with all this being said, yeah, I'm going to be, this next 2 months is going to be, it's my cut. That's the plan. I'm going to start off slow, like I said. I'm not even actually cutting my calories. I'm keeping my calories at maintenance, okay? I'm keeping them at maintenance. You might be just, why are you doing that? You need to lower your calories, correct. But you could also increase your activity, okay? So that's what I want to do first, because you could, now increasing your activity will almost never help you lose as much weight as quickly. You can never burn as many calories through activity as you can by just not eating. But that being said, I find that, I have a pretty inactive life. I have a desk job. I work from home most of the days. And so, my life is pretty inactive. So I find I have less of a hard time increasing my activity. Right now than I do cutting my calories. It doesn't bother me nearly as much. So I want to do that first. I'm keeping my calories at maintenance, and I'm starting to walk a mile every day. Okay. I used to be getting like 5 miles every single day, but that's another thing. That was kind of hitting the ground a little too fast. And most days I wasn't hitting 5 miles, honestly. And even if I wasn't hitting them, I was getting pretty fatigued, So I want to start off slow and just do a mile a day. You know what I mean? Try to get with as much fat loss as I possibly can, with as little effort as I can. So I'm just going to be doing a mile every single day. And then after that, I'm going to have to reassess. Probably, this is my plan, is to walk a mile every single day for these next 2 weeks, first 2 weeks of the cut. And then I'm going to see how much weight I've lost. If I've lost any, hopefully I should, right? I should lose some weight. And you know, if I've lost good weight, then maybe I just keep going with doing a mile every day and see how long I can get some good weight loss off of just that, you know? But I'm kind of planning already in the back of my head, like I'll probably, after 2 weeks, start cutting some calories. I'm going to drop 300 calories if needed, which it probably will be. And so then I would do, you know, that right now I'm at 2,500, a little less than 2,500 calories a day for my maintenance. And so I would have to, you know, eat like 2,100 calories every day, along with a mile every day walk. And those together, I'm sure would give me some good weight loss again. And then I'd probably do that for actually a straight month because, you know, again, I have a harder time dropping the calories. So I want to let my body adjust to that and see how much I can lose in a month. And then the last 2 weeks of April, I would want to, you know, reassess again if I have to either increase the walking or decrease another 300 calories, which would take me to, sorry, did I say 2,100? So if I drop 300 calories from 2,500, that would take me down to 2,200. And then from there, I drop another 300, which would take me to 1,900, right? And we do that for the last 2 weeks and reassess. And then after the 2 months, I think I'm going to take a deload week from diet and exercising to give my body a bit of a rest, because you build up fatigue, and sometimes taking a little bit of a break allows your body to kind of, you know, just kind of feel better. You let yourself feel better. And then I'd probably have to go back into another cut because I know I'm not going to lose all the weight I want to lose in these next 2 months. But hopefully I can lose at least, you know, 8 pounds. A pound a week would be ideal. So that would get me down to, you know, 199 pounds is what it would get me down to. Although the first week, usually you lose a little bit more weight. So, you know, I can see myself getting lower than that. Usually the start of the cut is easier. So I might end up doing that. Yeah. Okay. As far as my workouts are going, I'm changing up my workouts. My workouts are going to be different now. I've been doing a upper, lower, and arm split. It's kind of a upper, lower split with a bit of adjustment by myself because I was doing that. Sorry, that probably sounded weird. I was doing that because I wanted a day where I could focus more on my arms, mainly pressing, shoulder pressing in my shoulders, because it was one of my big goals to be able to increase my overhead pushing strength to one day be able to do a handstand push-up. And now I think I want to adjust my plans in a way that that it might actually be more beneficial. I'm going to do a push-pull leg day split. Okay, that's a very popular split. I'm going to do the same thing. So I just did my pull day. I just got out of the gym. My pull day, I think I'm going to put first, even though it's push-pull leg. I think I'm going to do pull-push leg because I like prioritizing my pulling movements. I'm really trying to get a strong pull-up because I also want to get my muscle ups in. And I think I'm going to be able to get it this year. My pull day, it's going to be it's going to be pull-ups, and then I do high row or a mid row is what you call it, you know, a horizontal row, whatever. I like to do mid row because it's kind of, again, that like more of a overhead pulling motion, but I'm also fine with doing a mid row. It kind of depends because my gym is crazy busy. It's starting to drive me nuts. So honestly, sometimes I just do whatever row I can get. And then after that, I want to do a cable row. Okay. Specifically whenever there's pulling low down, so that it's kind of like focus on my lats. And then I might sometimes switch out the cable row with I think it's called a low row. You know, they got like high, mid, and low row. So the low row is where you're kind of pulling more down and up a bit, so it kind of gets your traps. So it's kind of just going to cover my entire back, okay? And then after I do that, then what was the other things? I got some other stuff I do, which is kind of going to be a daily thing. I have my daily handstand practice, so that's the end of every session. I have my daily warm-up a little bit before. You know, I do a warm-up beforehand, just try to be really quick about it because it takes, I kind of have to rush to the gym anyway, so a quick warm-up at the beginning. And that's going to be every day. And then at the end, I like to do my handstand practice. and some more conditioning stuff where I work on like my rotator cuff because sometimes that bugs me. I want to make sure I keep that strong. And then also trying to work on my forearms, and I'm doing forearm exercises every day because I really want to get stronger forearms. I feel like they're a weak point for me. So yeah, that's my pull day. Push day includes the warm-up, includes the conditioning stuff I mentioned, but the exercises are going to be, it's a lot of overhead pressing. I want to do pike push-ups. Right now I'm doing pike push-ups on a slight incline, and then my goal is to slowly increase the difficulty by raising my feet higher, putting on higher things. So I'm doing more of a straight up and down, and increasing the weight about, like, you know, over my shoulders. So pike push-ups, and then I'm going to do a machine shoulder press, and then I'm going to do dips. And so yeah, that's going to be kind of a heavy day because those are all very taxing exercises. So the dips are probably not going to be weighted anymore because by the end I don't think I'm going to be able to do dips with weight. So, but we see, you know, hopefully I can. That being said, I do that. Yeah. And then that's pretty much it. Oh no, I do want to do, actually, I'm still debating if I want to do a tricep extension at the end, just because I feel like also I need to work on my triceps. But with 3 pushing movements in a row, you know, it's going to hit them pretty good. That's also why on my pull day, I'm not doing a bicep exercise, because I got 3, you know, pulling movements. And for example, I did it today, my biceps felt it. So, you know, we'll see. And then leg day is going to be the same thing. It's going to be the warm-up and conditioning stuff that I want to work on. It's the exact same stuff every day. And then I do leg press, leg extension, leg curl. Oh, and then I'm also going to do the hypers. The hypers where you're leaning on a thing like that, and then you bend your back like that, and you lift back up, right? To focus on your lower back and your posterior chain, as they call it. So yeah. And then I'm supposed to repeat that for the other 3 days of the week. And then on Sunday, I just rest. So that's my plan. This is a longer one because I wanted to go through that. But yeah, I think I went through everything pretty thoroughly. I went through my diet. I went through the exercising. I went through the walking. Yeah, that's pretty good. I think that's everything. I'm going to be real honest. I was going to be like, oh, you got to do better getting the messages in, Josh, at the end. But I didn't get anything ready just because I'm in a rush. I got to go home. Yeah, but just know, I'm going to try to, you know, do better next time. Know that God loves you. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Hopefully this is motivating you. It's keeping me on track, and I hope it continue to, I gotta stop touching that. Hope it continues to keep me on track, and I hope that, you know, inspires you to get, taking care of yourself and meet your own fitness journey goals. So yeah, thanks for watching. Later.